In this video, we're going to talk about how to design a campaign. First thing I want you to do is grab a pen, a piece of paper, and we're going to draw 3 circles on a piece of paper. Number 1, message. Number 2, money. Number 3, advertising. We're going to do a deep dive into all of those. Stay with me. So I mentioned 3 things: message, money, advertising. Let's start with number 1, your campaign message. This is the gear in your political campaign that is kind of like the first among equals, because if your message is right, it's easier to raise money. And the more money you raise, the easier it is to do all the advertising you need. So we're talking about this first because this really has to be right. What is your message? It's what you're going to do for the voters in your jurisdiction. It's why you want the job. It's what you are going to do with the job if you get the job. And that means voters are going to expect you during the course of a campaign to tell them what problems you are going to fix, how you want to lead your community to a better place, what policies that you are going to pursue that will improve their quality of life, what causes you are going to advance that will improve the vibrancy and the life of your community. If you do that well, people are going to pay attention to you. They're going to want to know more about you. But this is the core of your campaign message. And if you don't have a list of things at the outset that you want to accomplish, stop what you're doing and concentrate on that, because if you can't come up with good answers to that, nothing else is going to work very well for you. So do that first. Incidentally, I've recently completed a book. It's called 12 Essential Steps to Preparing for a Political Campaign. And if you are at the stage where you're beginning to prepare for one, I strongly recommend that you click the link and download it. It is absolutely free. It is full of gold. It is a great checklist for you to follow as you get ready for a political campaign. Go get it. It's free. Number 2, when you figured out why it is that you want the job and what you'll do with it, then it's time to figure out how you are going to raise the money to pay for your advertising. Where do you go to do that? Well, the easiest money you will ever raise is from people you already know. Now, if you're one of those lucky people who's been involved in your community for a long, long time, chances are you already have a lot of friends, you already know a lot of influential people who will happily give to you just because you ask them to do it. If you do not, then you need to make some new friends, and you need to become acquainted with some of the influential people who are cogs, big cogs in the wheels of your community. You need to make friends with some influential people in your community who are capable of helping you get your campaign off the ground. There are other ways to raise money. I'm just saying that's the first place you go to look for it. Lots of people in democracies now contribute to political campaigns. If your cause is right, if you are contacting the right list with either emails or text messages or digital advertising, you'll be amazed at the number of people who will step up to the plate and make a campaign contribution to help you advance your cause and win an election. That's item number 2. That's a piece of a campaign plan, and it's something that is essential in yours. The third piece of your campaign in designing it is to figure out how you're going to put together your advertising mix. How much of it might go to commercial or cable television? How much of it might go to what we call connected TV or over-the-top TV? How much you're going to allocate to mail, whether you're going to do any radio advertising? How much you're going to devote of your campaign spending to digital advertising? in advertising on social media, on the social media platforms that allow it. That's the third cog in the wheel. So, message, money, advertising. That is the beginning of how you design a political campaign. Now, there are lots of moving parts in putting together a political campaign. If you would like to know more, and if you're serious about winning an election, I'm going to suggest you go to a video. The link is underneath this video, and it's called How to Plan a Political Campaign. We do a much deeper dive and talk about a lot of the other moving parts of a political campaign. Go there, soak it in, you'll learn a ton.